And you see the 3-year age advantage for Stevens. Golovkin, a 2004 Olympic medalist.
The power punching KO artist, Curtis. It's my time, Stevens. Undefeated WBA, IBO middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Describe Gennady Golovkin as the undefeated knockout artist from Kazakhstan, feared for his crushing power, relentless pressure, granite chin, and exceptional ring IQ. Explain how he entered the fight carrying an incredible knockout streak, with opponents unable to withstand his devastating combinations. Introduce Curtis Stevens as one of the hardest punchers in the division, a fearless American fighter from Brooklyn known for his explosive left hook, aggressive mentality, and willingness to challenge anyone. Explain why many believe Stevens possessed enough punching power to shock the world despite Golovkin's intimidating reputation. Build tension during the pre-fight build-up by describing the intense stare-downs, confident interviews, roaring crowd, and the electric atmosphere inside Madison Square Garden Theater. Emphasize that both fighters promised fireworks and neither intended to take a backward step. Narrate the fight round by round with vivid cinematic detail. Describe Golovkin's patient pressure, perfectly timed jabs, devastating body shots, and precise combinations. Show Stevens attempting to land massive counter hooks while refusing to surrender despite absorbing heavy punishment. Highlight the brutal exchanges, thunderous punches, crowd reactions, ringside commentary, and the visible damage accumulating on Stevens' face. Describe Golovkin systematically breaking down his opponent through relentless pressure and technical brilliance, while maintaining complete control of the contest. Build toward the dramatic finish as Golovkin unleashes a series of crushing combinations that leave Stevens badly hurt. Describe the referee carefully watching the action before finally stepping in to stop the fight, protecting Stevens from further punishment. Conclude by explaining how this victory strengthened Golovkin's reputation as one of boxing's most feared champions and one of the greatest knockout artists of his generation. End with an inspiring reflection on courage, determination, championship mentality, and why this unforgettable battle remains one of the defining moments in modern middleweight boxing history. Use an energetic, cinematic, emotionally engaging narration style suitable for a YouTube boxing documentary with dramatic pacing, vivid action descriptions, and powerful storytelling throughout. Describe the respect shown between both warriors after the brutal battle. Show Golovkin approaching Stevens with humility, offering words of encouragement and acknowledging Stevens' incredible toughness and fearless determination. Highlight the sportsmanship that defines elite champions, emphasizing that true greatness is measured not only by victory, but also by respect for a worthy opponent. Transition into the official announcement as the ring announcer declares Gennady Golovkin the winner by technical knockout. Capture the explosive celebration from Golovkin's corner, his trainers embracing him, fans chanting GGG, and flashes from hundreds of cameras illuminating the arena. Describe the emotional expressions on Golovkin's face as another successful title defense cements his growing legacy. Shift focus to the post-fight interviews. Have Golovkin speak calmly and respectfully, thanking his team, his fans, and Curtis Stevens for accepting one of the toughest challenges in boxing. Let him explain that every fight is an opportunity to improve and that he never underestimates any opponent, regardless of public expectations. Then feature Curtis Stevens during his interview, displaying the heart of a true warrior. Despite the painful defeat, he refuses to make excuses, praising Golovkin's extraordinary power, precision, and relentless pressure. Emphasize Stevens' courage in facing one of boxing's most feared champions and earning respect from fans around the world despite the loss. Expand the narrative by analyzing the technical brilliance displayed by Golovkin throughout the fight. Explain how his disciplined footwork, educated jab, devastating body attack, defensive awareness, and exceptional ring intelligence systematically neutralized Stevens' dangerous punching power. Contrast Golovkin's calculated aggression with Stevens' explosive but risky offensive style, showing why experience and patience ultimately prevailed. Conclude by exploring how this unforgettable victory elevated Golovkin's reputation as one of the most dominant middleweight champions of the modern era. Explain how the performance fueled worldwide discussions about future super fights against the biggest names in boxing and strengthened his image as an unstoppable knockout machine. End with an inspiring narration reminding viewers that boxing is not only about power, but also discipline, resilience, respect, sacrifice, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Finish with a dramatic closing line that leaves the audience eager for the next chapter in Gennady Golovkin's legendary career. Transition into an in-depth analysis of how this victory reshaped the middleweight division. Explain that every champion and top contender now viewed Golovkin as the man to beat. Describe promoters, managers, and boxing experts debating who possessed the courage, skill, and power to challenge the unstoppable Kazakh champion. Build suspense by mentioning the growing speculation surrounding future mega fights against boxing's biggest stars, with every conversation centered on whether anyone could survive Golovkin's relentless pressure and legendary punching power. Shift the focus to Golovkin's training philosophy. Take viewers inside his disciplined training camp, illustrating the countless hours spent perfecting his jab, strengthening his conditioning, sharpening defensive movements, and repeating combinations until they became second nature. Emphasize that behind every spectacular knockout lies years of sacrifice, discipline, dedication, and unwavering commitment to mastering the sweet science of boxing. Then revisit Curtis Stevens' courageous performance from a new perspective. Explain that although he suffered defeat, he earned admiration throughout the boxing world for refusing to back down against one of the sport's most feared punchers. Highlight moments where Stevens bravely exchanged punches, attempted dangerous counters, and demonstrated the heart of a true warrior even while facing overwhelming adversity. Stress that courage is often remembered just as much as victory. Continue by examining the lasting impact of the fight on boxing history. Describe how many fans still revisit the bout years later to study Golovkin's